You wake up already tired, not just physically, mentally. Before your day even begins, something is already running. You check your phone, a message, a notification, and suddenly your mood changes. Did you choose that, or did it happen automatically? Imagine this: you're using one of the most powerful systems ever created, but the operating system has never been updated. Not in years, not in centuries. And the strangest part, you don't even know it exists. You don't see the system. You think you are the system in modern terms. We call it stress, burnout, anxiety. But underneath all of that, there's something simple: a system reacting to input. Your brain is designed to survive, not to be peaceful. It scans for danger, it wants more, it pushes away discomfort. That is a code. But there is another layer, a quiet layer, where you are no longer the reaction, but the one who sees it. Let's slow it down. Just one moment. Something happens. A sound, a word, a memory. This is input. Before thoughts appear, before stories begin, something else happens first. A sensation, a tightness in your chest, a heat in your face, a subtle tension in your body. This is raw data. And instantly, the system labels it good or bad. If it's good, you want more. If it's bad, you push it away. This is the loop: input, sensation, reaction, again and again. And here's the part most people never see. Most people will hear this and still miss it. This entire process happens before you are aware of it. You think you are choosing, but most of the time, you are reacting. Now look deeper. Where is the you in all of this? Take anger. One moment, it's not there. The next moment, it takes over everything. If it was truly you, why can't you control when it appears or when it disappears? Thoughts come and go. Feelings come and go. Everything changes constantly. And yet we say, this is me. This is mine. And that attachment end is where tension begins, because we are trying to hold what cannot stay. So let's go deeper. You've seen the loop. But here's a question no one thinks to ask. Who is watching all of this? Or right now, you are aware of your thoughts. You can notice that your mind is moving. So there is the thought, and there is the one noticing the thought. Those are not the same thing. If you can observe your anger, you are not completely the anger. If you can watch your worry, you are not completely the worry. Something in you is always one step back, watching. Psychologists call this the observing self. It doesn't judge, it doesn't react. It simply sees. And here's what makes this remarkable. That part of you has always been there, even in your worst moments, even in your darkest nights, even when everything felt out of control. Something in you was watching. That something is not broken. It was never broken. We say things like, I am anxious, I am angry, and I am lost. But look at those words carefully. You said I am, not I have anxiety right now, not anger is moving through me. You said I am. That one word changes everything, because when you say I am angry, you become the anger. But when you say, I notice anger is here right now, suddenly there is space between you and it. That space is where freedom begins. You are not the cloud, you are the sky. The sky doesn't struggle with the clouds. It simply holds them and lets them pass. That is your natural state, not the storm, the space the storm moves through. Now, this is where most videos stop. They give you the idea, they explain the concept, and then they leave. We are not going to do that, because understanding this and living it are two completely different things. So here is the actual practice. 4 steps, simple enough to remember, powerful enough to change everything. Step one, stop. Not forever, not dramatically, just one breath. When you feel the system activating, when the reaction is rising, before you speak, before you act, before you reach for your phone, stop. This is not suppression. You are not pushing anything down. You are simply creating a pause. One breath. That is all. Even a single conscious breath begins to shift the nervous system, not metaphorically, physiologically. Step two, locate. Ask yourself one question, not why is this happening? Not what does this mean? Just this. Where do I feel this in my body? Chest, throat, stomach, shoulders, find it. Don't judge it. Don't explain it. Just locate it. Step three, wait. This is the hardest step because everything in you will want to react, to fix it, to avoid it, to escape it. Don't. Just stay with the sensation, not with the story around it, not with the meaning you've given it, just the raw physical feeling. 10 seconds, 20, 30, something will happen. The sensation will begin to move. It might intensify first. That's normal. That is the system sending its final signal. Stay. Because after that peak, something softens. The tightness shifts. The heat dissolves. The pressure releases. Not because you forced it, because you simply let it complete itself. The suffering isn't in the sensation. It's in the resistance to the sensation. Stop resisting, and the suffering changes shape. Step four, notice the gap. After the sensation passes, before the next thought arrives, there is a moment. Brief, quiet, still. That moment is what remains when everything else is quiet. At first, the gap is tiny, a fraction of a second. But every time you practice this, the gap grows. And in that growing gap, choice appears. Not the automatic reaction, a real choice. So, 4 steps. Stop, locate, wait, notice. That is the entire practice. You don't need an app. You don't need an hour of your day. You don't need to change your beliefs. You just need the next moment something triggers you, because it will. And when it does, you'll have a choice you didn't have before. Not to suppress, not to explode, not to escape, but to see clearly. Most people spend their entire lives believing that what they feel is what they are, that the reaction is the self, but you've seen something different now. You've seen the system, you've seen the loop, you've seen the gap, and you've seen the one who was watching all along. That watcher was never confused, never broken, never lost. It was simply unnoticed. You don't have to become something new. You just have to stop mistaking the storm for the sky. The next time your mood changes, ask yourself one question. Did I choose this, or did it run automatically? One breath, just a one. Notice the air coming in. Notice the air going out. Notice there's something in you. Notice that. That noticing is the beginning. And it was always already there.